Hi, welcome back to my bookworm sanctuary. I'm Bianca and I wanted to quickly give you my top August reads. I'm aware it's really late. I'm really sorry. I don't have an excuse for you, but better late than never. So with August, it was actually really hard for me to try to pinpoint down 5 books for you. I ended up reading a lot of great books, which was great, but yeah, it's just been really hard to try to give you my favourites for the month. But with one of my favourites for the month was Company of Fiends by Catherine Moon. This is the second book in the Rook's Grave Manor series. I think it's Tempting Monsters from memory. And this one's about Hazel, and Hazel works in a theatre company, and she basically has sex on stage, and she has it's a reverse harem. Kind of historical, I guess. It feels like it's based in like the early 1900s or late 1800s, something like that. Um, but basically, there's this whole plot with this rival dude who's a bit of a prick and causing issues. So there's murders going on, and Hazel is having lots of sex, and yeah, she ends up getting with her monsters, and I love them all. I loved them all. And Constantine was very intriguing. And I loved them all. I really did. I love this series. I love Catherine actually. She's quickly becoming one of my favourite authors for sure. Then I'm not surprised. Storm Echo by Nalini Singh. Can you see it? Just there. Storm Echo is the 5th or 6th book in the Psy Changeling Trinity series, which is a spin-off from the Psy Changeling series. And that's got like 12, 14 books, something like that. This is a great series. If you haven't read it, you should. It's one of my all-time favourite series. It's up there with the Immortals After Dark and the Black Dagger Brotherhood for me. Yeah, they're just a fantastic series. Maybe 1 or 2 books I don't like as much as the rest, but for the most part, they're all fantastic books. But this one's about Ivan Merchant. So he's a merchant. We've met the Merchants before. They're like the spies of the Psy world. And their grandmother, the head of the family, Ina, is a really interesting woman. Love her. I loved everything about her in this. Ivan, he's a security dude in charge of everything for the merchants. And he's currently in Changeling territory doing some sort of obstacle course to basically figure out weaknesses and things like that because he's Psy. So he hurts his leg, and Lay, she basically comes over and helps him fix his leg. And he's more or less like hypnotized by her straight away. And yeah, it's just so beautiful. And they end up separated, and then yeah, it's this whole thing. It's just so beautiful, and you get more of the Dark River cats, and you're in San Francisco. I think it's San Francisco, or is it Seattle? 2 different areas, but I can't remember which is which. I think it's San Francisco area. Anyway, not the point. It's fantastic. I just love this series. And then it was really hard to pinpoint. Yeah, it just was really hard to pinpoint a favourite for the month. And I guess I'm going to give you 6 books for the month. Because 4 of them are part of a series, the Dark Side series. 4 Psychos, 3 Trials, 1 Kingdom, and 2 Kingdoms and 1 Apocalypse. I love this. I ended up devouring this in like less than a day or a day and a half. It was insane. I started it they're not overly long books, so they're, 200-300 pages each book. And it's 4 books based on, I guess, the one, not couple, but it's reverse harem. So it's really intriguing. So this, I guess you wouldn't even call her a ghost. So this weird woman, and she's weird, it basically opens up with her watching these 4 men have sex. And she lives in their household, and they can't see her. She's a ghost, and everything seems to be tied to them. And it's just so interesting, and I don't want to give anything away, but I really love this, loved it. I really want to get the physical copies as soon as possible, but I love this. I don't want to, yeah, she's sort of nameless for a little while, and then they end up calling her Kayla, so we'll call her Kayla for a bit. And the men, it's obvious that they're not normal. And they go to this weird plane of existence, this weird realm that's really dark. Kayla's got no idea what this means. And then all of a sudden, someone tries to kill the men, and she saves them. And then the men can see her. And yeah, it's them trying to figure out what the hell she is, why she's hanging around them like a bad smell, why she seems to be totally fixated on them, why they need answers because they've been filtering around for the last couple of 100 years, but they still really have no idea who they are, and they're trying to gain access to the underworld, but they keep getting pushed back and obstacles thrown in their way. And I just loved this series. It's 4 books, and I wouldn't even say the spice. I mean, there's some really cool sex scenes and really, they get together and blah, 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 blah. But I personally loved the plot and the whole thing. The second book, 3 Trials. Well, it sounds 3 Trials. So they're going through this deadly course, like the Tri-Wizard tournament course for freaking Harry Potter. Deadly and just deadly. But everything about this, I loved it. Absolutely. So 4 Psychos, 3 Trials, 2 Kingdoms, and 1 Apocalypse. Absolutely adored. Can't wait to get the physical books. You should read them. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. So I guess that's 6 books for August. Oh, but basically that's the top August reads. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.